Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. A special hello to our returning subscribers. Thank you very much for your support of the channel. We really appreciate it. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy this video. And if you have some time, maybe take a few minutes to look around. We're going to do a little bit of a different video today. We're going to do an unboxing and first impressions of an iPhone 15 Pro in the blue titanium color. And you might be saying to yourself, wow, why are we doing an unboxing and impressions of a 2-year-old phone? And for some of you, you might be like me. You might not buy the latest and greatest technology. And so in 2025, when the iPhone 17 Pro has come out, the iPhone 15 Pro starts to look like an attractive value. And there's a lot more of these phones today that have become available. They're on the Apple Refurbished store, and there's a lot more supply coming up for used models, like on Swappa, as people start to upgrade to the 17 Pro. So I thought I would do this video where I look at strictly the color of the 15 Pro, not necessarily side by side with all of the different colors, the natural, the white, and the black. But I wanted to do something where I talk strictly about the blue. I'm not going to talk about the phone at all. I'm not going to talk about how it works. I'm not going to talk about the durability. I'm just going to talk about the blue because this is such an interesting color to me. And it's such a divisive color, frankly, when you read online about what people think and how they view the color of the phone. So let's get started. We've got the box here. This is actually Apple Refurbished, just came in the mail. Let's take a look and see what we've got. And I'll give you sort of my first impressions as we look at the phone. Now, first of all, before I get started, I just want to say that it is very difficult with this color to accurately represent the true color of it on camera. So you should be aware, if you're watching videos of the titanium blue, that it's difficult. We have to be at a very specific angle with the camera. We have to be very careful with the lighting. And even then, I feel like it's difficult to really show you accurately what this phone is. So just be aware of that if you're watching other videos out there. Now, my first impressions when I opened the box, it's a very interesting color. It's a very subtle color, almost mysterious in some ways. I won't lie, it's not a color that wows me right out of the box. It's not something that jumps out of here or screams at me like an orange phone or a cosmic orange, I should say, with the iPhone 17 Pro, or a yellow phone or something like that. So it's a very sort of subtle color, and I'm going to pick it up here as I start to look at it. And I'm going to take a few seconds here as we get through the video to turn it and tell you what I think. The biggest thing I would tell you is this color, it really varies, and it really depends on the direction and the amount of light that you're looking at. This is a color that ranges from a very deep, and I'll try to turn it to the camera here. It ranges from a very deep, matted, almost charcoal kind of black color in low indirect light. I'm not sure if you can see where this phone almost appears black right now. And as I start to turn this, you're going to see it transition. You're going to see this phone transition a little bit to almost more of a midnight type of blue, a very, very deep blue, very pretty type of blue. And finally, as we keep going around, you're going to start to see the grays come out of this phone. It's going to start to lighten up, almost more of a metallic, almost a steel blue gray color, kind of an industrial feel, if you will, in this more direct and stronger lighting conditions. So again, I'll do this one more time as we turn it over, sort of starting from this very deep charcoal, almost a black color. As we start adding some light, you start to get this midnight. The blues do start to come out. Really, really pretty color right here. And then as you get into the more direct and stronger light, those gray undertones, the more of the gray color, the steel color really starts to come out. One of the things that I found absolutely fascinating about this phone is I never quite know what color I'm going to see when I look at it. And I'm not going to lie, at first I found this incredibly frustrating because I couldn't quite wrap my head around what color I was looking at. I kept looking at it, I kept opening the box, I kept turning it, I could not figure out what color this phone was. But now, as I get more used to it, I actually find this is one of the more striking and attractive qualities of this color. It's a color that has grown on me, over the past couple of days as I've looked at it. So if you're a person that's on the fence, or you haven't been able to see it, no, it's a color that is highly variable. And it's a color that you need to see it in a lot of different lighting conditions, a lot of different environments to really get a true sense of what you're getting. At the end of the day, I think it's a color that's really well executed by Apple. Obviously I can't say for sure. I think, and again, I'm speaking here at towards the end of 2025. I think this is a color that I'm going to look back in a year or two, and certainly some of you that are watching this video have probably had this phone. I think this is a color that's going to age pretty well, and I think it's going to be one of the better blues in the Apple portfolio. Especially today, it's an interesting time because, again, the 17 Pro has just come out, and the 17 Pro is also in a blue color, and there's a way to compare against now a newer blue model. Now, I don't have a 17 Pro in front of me. I've obviously looked at it, I've seen it, and the color that the 15 Pro to me has a much cooler, much more gray undertones. The 17 Pro, when I see it, it looks warmer. It feels more saturated in certain ways. Not as saturated as the iPhone 12, the blue that was in that phone, but certainly more of a darker navy-ish type of blue. Perhaps even the 17 Pro has some hints of purple. I can't really say for sure, but it kind of looks that way as you're looking at it. Again, as I'm looking at this 15 Pro, just a different. You kind of have these gray undertones, this midnight blue, this industrial type of look, this steel blue. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting for this. So anyway, I don't want to make this too long. I want to try to wrap this up. Look, should you get this blue, it's really not for me to say. I will find it's such an interesting color. It's a fascinating color to me. I think it's one of those colors that it's going to confuse you. It's going to fascinate you. It's going to seduce you in certain ways. And at the end of the day, I think it's going to reward you by having this phone. Really well done by Apple. A really interesting blue and really something unique, I think, in the Apple family and the Apple portfolio. So anyways, we appreciate you watching this video. I hope it does give you a little bit of additional context on how I feel about this blue and my first impressions of just the color itself. If you like this video, please consider giving us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribing if you want to support the channel. If you do, let us know in the comments. We really, really appreciate it. And we thank you for watching, and good luck if you're out there shopping for the 15 Pro.